both of you guys, just it's obviously a long off season. There's a lot of new faces, but a lot of familiarity back as well. Kind of your thoughts on the process of getting from the end of last year till now, and how different this team is.
Yeah, we obviously brought a lot of players in from the portal this year, so it was a little bit different than the past 2 years. But I think they all look pretty good. We're doing a good job at changing the culture around here and getting back to the winning that Louisville has been. So.
Yeah, again, like you said, we got 28 new faces here. Some people thought it'd be hard to, welcome them in, but the dudes have been leaders around the clubhouse, and it's been pretty easy transition having all the new guys.
For both of you, can you talk a little bit about the Team USA experience and what you learned from it coming into this year? How it can benefit you guys?
Yeah, it was very cool. Obviously, it's pretty surreal playing for your country, having USA across your chest, and we're roommates, so getting to go out there together, knowing each other, and building relationships with people around the country was a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, it was cool playing with some of the best players from around the country, kind of picking their brains a little bit, learning about them, and then playing a good team from Taiwan was awesome.
Can you guys just talk about the depth of this team in terms of pitching and kind of where you see that depth and how you guys can eat those innings throughout the year? And do you feel like you guys have what it takes to make deep runs and have quality starts throughout the year as well? Yeah,
I think we got a good mix of veterans and younger guys. I tell a lot of people, I honestly think we have the best freshman pitching staff in the country. From day one in the fall, they haven't shown any signs of freshman mistakes or anything like that. They've been welcomed in by us and all the other players. So they've been going at it since day one, and I like how they've been pitching.
Yeah, one of the things is when everybody else is good, it just makes everyone better, and the competitiveness around the clubhouse makes everyone rise up a little bit. So it's definitely good bringing in those pieces from the portal, and then the freshmen have stepped up really big. They've been really mature, which is hard to see sometimes from freshman class.
Can you check that second mic?
Yeah, it's on. Just
Go ahead.
Yep. It's so much. Yeah, good job.
Am I good? Yeah. Last season, the defense behind you guys was a little bit touch and go at times. What have you guys kind of seen from the defense over the course of fall ball and this preseason?
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously taken pride in our defense since Coach Mack's been here. He works with the infielders, and then Coach Vrabel's doing a great job with the outfielders. So definitely errors are a bad thing. So he definitely doesn't like when he sees bad baseball. So we're definitely trying to take pride in our defense, and that's kind of why we wear these shirts the week before a weekend series. So.
Yeah, we got some transfer infielders. Coach Mack always says take things personal. Come out your neighbors. If they have a bad round of in and out, he makes them restart over until they do it right. So I feel like the leadership in the infield has really been big. And obviously the outfield, y'all know about the outfield, how deep it is. So I think our defense is going to be very solid this year.
Is that better? So much better.
It is. Yeah. Patrick, can you kind of talk about what your expectation for yourself? How are you different than you were last year, and maybe what you feel like your role and your expectation for yourself is?
Yeah, I think I've gotten a lot more experience. My first 2 years, I was kind of a two-way player, but this year I'm just focusing on pitching. So I think the summer playing in Cape Cod and with Team USA kind of built my confidence up a little bit. I've kind of refined some of my pitches. I was kind of mainly just a fastball pitcher the past 2 years, but I think my secondary pitches have gotten a lot better.
Yeah, this one's for both of you guys. Coach Mack talked about a collective chip that he has on his shoulder. How would you describe that going into this season and the pride you guys take in this program?
Yeah, obviously last 2 seasons not Louisville baseball how it has been, but that chip on his shoulder is definitely there, and it's there for the new guys, and he's mentioned it to the new guys, and they feel the same way as us two have been here for 3 years. We want to get back to where we were, and it takes a lot to get there, but I feel like we got the leaders and the right group to get there.
Yeah, we do have the chip on our shoulder this year for sure, but we're really just trying to take it day by day and win every single day and not look too far ahead in the future.
You guys get a big opportunity for both of you. Get a big opportunity right out of the gate going down to the Shriners, Texas on opening night. It's going to probably feel like a postseason game with the crowd and stuff, and nice weekend of opponents. what's the excitement level as players to go into an MLB ballpark and face those kind of games right out of the gate?
Yeah, we're super excited. I think the first game versus Texas, Coach Mack said there's going to be about 20,000 people there, all rooting for Texas. So that should be a good test right out of the gate. But we're really excited. I think we're prepared. And Coach Mack likes to say we play the game, not the jersey. So it doesn't really matter who we're playing. We're going to take the same approach.
Yeah, it's obviously a big game, big experience, MLB ballpark, but he tells us, don't do it while you're down there. Do it here. Do it in practice. So when you get there, it's not too big of a challenge. You've already been there, and you've already played like that in practice. So I feel like it's gonna be a cool experience, but we're definitely gonna be ready.
Each of you guys, as leaders, kind of go about things a little bit of a different way. With Patrick's, a little bit more of a quiet and kind of, lead by example kind of guy, and maybe Tucker's a little bit more of an emotional, have no problem, saying something to somebody. Can you just talk about the different ways that the guys respond to each of you in that way, and just kind of what that's like in terms of being leaders on that pitching staff?
Yeah, obviously Pat, he's a starter. I'm a reliever, so I'm in the bullpen more, and not say more involved, but just talk to the guys more a little bit, just because he's a starter, he's out there for more than us. So I don't know, just talking to the guys, let them know how I was as a freshman. But then obviously if they're out of line or they're not doing something right, you obviously have to let them know, and because they're freshmen, they don't know yet. So just being older and being here for 3 years, he's done both for 2 now, but just being a pitcher now, so just talking to those guys.
Yeah, I think we both kind of had to step up a little bit, just being older guys, trying to take on the leadership role. I am more of a lead by example kind of guy. Tucker's more of the talker, but everybody on the team can lead, even the freshmen. That's kind of something that we've set the culture on this year is everybody can hold each other accountable. So it doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, you can hold everybody accountable, and that makes everybody better.
Dan likes to use the phrase "catcher you," and when you look back there, you guys deal with him all the time. What's the position like? And can you just kind of talk about Matt and his development? I think you all came in at the same time, didn't you?
Yeah, the catchers have been great. Matt's doing a great job. He's developed a lot since he's been here. Everybody can see it. And then all the younger catchers, Taggart, George, and Colin, have all done what they're supposed to have been doing. And it's a very important position, especially for pitchers. We'd like to have a good guy back there. So I think they're all prepared for that role.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of catchers, a lot of competition back there. One thing I will say, they hold each other accountable. They're very competitive in what they do. There's 4 of them competing for a spot, so one steps out of line. No one's jealous of who's going to get playing time or whatever. It's I'm trying to get you better, you're trying to get me better. Let's do this thing together. And then obviously Matt, he puts in the work, so that's obviously showing in the box and behind the plate.
Anybody else? One more?
Yeah, one more. You guys mentioned the freshman pitchers. Is it a bunch of guys? Is there one guy that stood out, or do you feel like, so people are going to be like, wow, this class is really that good, or will we be able to see that early on, I guess?
I'd say you're going to be able to see it early on, especially out of the bullpen. It's probably 5 or 6 dudes that just play like they're sophomore or juniors, and they've already had a season under their belt. How they go about their business in the locker room, their extra work, just the way they talk about the game, asking questions. So I feel like you're going to see it pretty early.
Yeah, and having 4 games in a week, you need probably about 15 pitchers. So we need everybody, especially freshmen, to step up this year for sure, and I think they're ready for it.
All right.